corals to add to the tank. I've already spilled some water as I start to get them out. Recommend not treating and just acclimating and blowing them off. Already found a big, looks like a gastropod of something, some sort. It's moving kind of quick for a snail. Maybe it's a isopod or something. I don't know, but I stink at camera work, sorry. Get these all out of the bag. More water on the floor. It's been a long day. I'm tired and my hands are dropping stuff. Out you go. These guys do a pretty great job of packaging. Everything looks really good. Everything done carefully. I love the little plugs they're on. Little cups. So I've got a Favia, purple scroll turbinaria, mystic sunset monopora, tequila sunrise monopora, green bird's nest, Jason Fox special parades, and a green goblin stylophora. And honestly, I don't care about the names. I just want corals. I don't care if they're the best colors. I just don't want to kill them. I've got, I would call moderate flow in my tank for a 55. The ability to light is there. I've got the light with probably about 120 to 150 par on the bottom and closer to 200 on the top. And I think what I'm going to do is place these all in the sand on the bottom as they recommend. I was making a little room before starting filming, and the fish are looking hungry and stressed. And interestingly, although the tank walls are here. I've got several patches of this macroalgae growing, and along with lots of that stuff, which is coming out as my phyto reactor is growing quite well. So the hair algae seems to go in spurts up and down, and then it gets easy to pull out. I think it uses up the nutrients and then kills itself off. So I'm curious if that's a flatworm or if that's an isopod. And I'll make sure he's not on any of the corals. And since my filming stinks, I will pick this up after placing it. Freya and Jack are here to check out the corals. What do you think, guys? Well, whatever that guy is, he doesn't like the coral X. He seemed to curl right up and stop moving. And I'm just gonna turkey baste around the base of all these guys. Since I found that guy, I'd rather a little stress now than putting something in the tank. Although we'll never keep everything out of the tank. So skimmer was overflowing after just hooking it up and cleaning it out, and it's bubbling away, probably because there's tons of gunk in the tank after stirring up things and pulling out a lot of the hair algae. So I've got that hooked up to a valve, which is then hooked up to my DIY CO2 scrubber. You know, it's easy to get all sorts of controllers, and I found that some of these cheapo pump controllers don't really pump as hard as you'd like. Don't work very well. The pH controller, the auto doser that I had working for water changes was working, except it started squealing and squeaking and then stopped spinning. So I've got to fiddle with that, see if I can get it to go slower somehow. Hopefully these guys will do okay. There's my phyto culture, almost ready to harvest. The one in the smaller one is harvested from the tank copepods and amphipods, and it's maybe getting a little bit lighter, which is hopefully a good sign. I haven't looked at it, but I'll do that tomorrow. And I have 2 more out of 3 of this bottle that I started with, that I filled up after harvesting and then restarting those. So I'm going to be dosing that to myself. My wife, who's awesome, made me dinner while I was doing all this stuff after work. She is tireless and supportive. So that's the feed, a big cube of mysis to feed all these dudes. Got my printed nori hanger, and then these little dudes are eating flake and such. My rescued from harassment Bengai cardinal. I saw one person refer them into the thread the most boring fish. I think they're pretty awesome, but he doesn't move much, but he'll eat some of the mysis when I put that in there. And for the nano, I had gotten a gorgonian that didn't look good, and it obviously looks really bad now. But those are my little lights to grow the keto on the fuge there, but don't think it's working very well. Feeding time. Filefish only goes after the ones right next to him, but that's good, he's feeding, so he's not too stressed. I've been overfeeding this tank, so even that's probably a little more than I should have given, but it's less than what I have been doing, hence the hair algae and the nitrates. Got a couple of these guys, they've been hiding well. They come out to feed. They know when it's time. Kaboom. So here's my dudes. Yellow citron, my paired Bengai, not currently holding eggs, whether they're actually fertilized or not. My Solarensis wrasse, bristlenose tang, my Aptasia eating filefish, whose favorite spot is under the filter. This guy's been eating algae, but I think just the short tufts. There's this guy, green clown. So, had this guy for 2 weeks, blue mani, and this guy who got a little bit of hair algae on the edge, that pavona, but we'll see. Here's a little better shot of that macro. I've got 3 big tufts of that, and I'm guessing that's what's growing like crazy in here, along with the hair algae. But let's look at these guys. So I'm just going to call that green and red. And I'm actually gonna, oh, there's my little lawnmower bunny too. I'm gonna turn the lights up a little bit just to see how they look.